Welcome everyone back to A&M the AM, episode 58. I'm back here with Mort and Nick decided to join us today. It's been about 2 months for him. Well, not even for a normal video. It's been probably even
I
longer
was say
than
it's even
that.
longer.
Yeah, making my return to the channel.
Yeah. I mean, you want to do the videos, so not pointing
I
fingers,
think
but
some of the viewers
uh,
may have forgotten that there was anybody else other than us.
I mean,
Well,
we've
one
been
one day the buds will be back.
I hope
one
not.
day. I mean, by the sounds of it, they want to come back around football time, but we got a football player.
I don't know.
We got somebody that's
My back's been hurting carrying this channel, but at the same time, like I'll carry it a little bit more over some of that
But I
content.
mean, we got a football player. We got somebody going to college, being with four or three roommates, and then whatever that's all gonna be about. And then we got another one going to college. So, um, that'll be interesting for the fall. But I mean, we're here today. It's glad to have you back, Nick. Last time you were on here was for the mock draft, so it's gonna be
Mock
back to how
draft
it was.
probably was terrible.
Hey, I'm saying no. Actually, yeah, we were terrible, but you and Joe's film room have been popping off on the channel, and that needs to come back. I've been mentioning that.
I mean, he's really very busy with his D1 schedule and some
Yeah,
other things.
I
I've
was
been
say it's
heard that
mostly the extra curriculars. It's not the really practicing.
I also heard that the name might be tweaked a little bit. That the Nick is gonna remain, but that there might be a second person.
Oh
He
yeah.
that
There's
person keeps
rumors. There's
he
rumors.
keep. It's not even you saying that. He keeps bringing that up, and he wants to make a return to the channel.
I don't
So
know. I mean, I
I
don't
would
know.
love for that, especially if we're doing it in a, get that going in a hot tub. Ooh.
Well,
You can't be dead doing that though.
No, he won't be dead if he's in a hot tub.
Could be.
All right, let's get started. So, first off, what do we got? We got the NBA. I know me and you wanted, or you even suggested talking about this, and you were hoping that it wouldn't blow over before we recorded next, but literally right
And
before we
minutes
started,
ago it did.
yeah, Penny Hardaway drew his name out of the Orlando Magic job. And I mean, you had a little conspiracy about why he may have been wanting to take that job, and I
hmm
don't know all of it, so I'll let you take that there, more.
I was just thinking that it was kind of ironic that he said that he wanted to build this like big dynasty and stuff at Memphis and then leaves a few years in and again ironically right after the James Wiseman stuff happens. So I kind of had a feeling that he was just trying to run away from things and allegations and such, but I see that he's going back. So he might be taking them head on. Something still might come out. But who
Yeah, I
knows?
mean, I don't think anything will happen to him really at all, though. I think that stuff's just gonna blow over. I mean, unless it comes out like the airs, like with the stuff with Aiton, how that
I was gonna
happened,
say he
and
might have heard that they won't care since it's coming up on the time where they're gonna get paid anyway. But so he
yeah,
figured he might as well just go back.
I wonder how they're gonna yeah, like with that happening, like they're leaving, like, or not that they're leaving, it's that they're getting paid now, so like that stuff is in the past. Those guys are. It's not like they're still in college, so it's like it's a weird situation that I don't know. But with Penny Hardaway getting that interview, that he added to the list of many former point guards that were being considered for jobs. Jason Kidd got the Mavericks job. Chauncey Billups got the Portland job. But I think I was really wondering if they were gonna sign uh what's her name from the Spurs.
Oh yeah, they were talking about
Becky
that.
something.
Yeah, I really thought they were gonna, because she's been in the final three for head coaching jobs the past 3 years now, and someone's bound to sign her.
I
I
mean,
just don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know who's going to.
They were
Maybe the
talking about
the
how she was
Magic
in
might
it.
be the team.
Oh, imagine,
It makes
the
sense for
Mad Dog.
Magic to do that.
But so Portland signs Chauncey, and then that adds to now Steve Nash as the head coach, Monty Williams is a head coach, and he was a point guard. Um, which many people don't. I honestly always
I
forget
didn't-
he was a
yeah.
former player.
Doc
but,
Rivers.
but Doc Rivers, yeah. I'm trying to think of the other guys. Any other guys?
Maybe
I think that's all.
Chris Paul wins the championship, retires, and goes to coach New Orleans.
That would be.
You get to pick anywhere you want to coach at. And I don't think anybody's picking New Orleans to go coach,
And
especially if you already had a player there once.
They get Lonzo back.
Nah, I think he's going to Charlotte.
I don't
That's
think
besides the point.
I don't think Chris Paul's just gonna win a championship and be like, I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm out. I think he knows he still has a lot left on him. But I'm just trying to think. Okay, so there was Penny Hardaway that was being considered, and then wasn't there one or two other point guards that were being considered for jobs too? I feel like.
I honestly don't know.
But I mean, yeah, point guards seems like the flow as coaching job or as coaching hires right now.
Yeah, it just makes sense. It's like catchers in the major league in baseball, just because they're the game managers. It kind of just makes it easier for them to become a manager of the whole team.
You know, I always realized managers used to be catchers, but then I didn't really think about that until you just said that.
Yeah. It's just like the leaders of the team. That's what they're there for, so it just makes it a better transition.
Yeah. That actually makes a lot of sense.
But first time ever I've made sense here.
I never thought about it that way. But there's still 3 head coaching jobs open that we can think of right now. There's the Magic, the Pelicans, and then the Wizards, which everyone seems to forget about. Which I don't know who's gonna want to go to the Wizards because they're a really weird team to coach right now. I think with the Pelicans have potential because they have young guys, but the Wizards are just a weird team. They have Russell Westbrook, he's older. They have Bradley Beal, who is older and probably wants out of there. So it's like it's a weird position to go to there. With at least with the Magic and the Pelicans, you have younger guys that you can build around. But with the Wizards, it's kind of just like a standstill franchise.
I'd argue that the Pelicans only have one young guy to build around because one of them's probably gone and another one once gone. So,
but if they can get a good coach, Zion's gonna stay, I think. And but I don't know where his problem is. I don't know if it's with the coach or if it's with the front office.
It's probably the Gumbo and Stan Van Gundy. So same thing.
But Stan Van Gundy's gone now. So unless they bring in his brother. Imagine because apparently Jeff was supposed to be in
Maybe they get Mark Jackson.
It wouldn't surprise me because Jeff coaches like the younger teams. He's had these NBA players on his I don't know if it's the Olympic teams or what they are, but he always talks about, oh yeah, I coached him, he was so good. And so,
but also think about it, they could hire because I think Coach K, this is his last year. And then who else's last year is it?
He's not going to NBA. I've seen.
You don't think so?
Heck no.
I can't see him in the NBA.
There's no reason for him to, and nobody would want. I mean, somebody would want him, but it'd be so awkward to have him. I could see if anybody's leaving college, I could see Calipari. But I think he tried to before.
He did, I think. I think he went to the Knicks, I want to say.
Yeah, and he wasn't very good.
How long until Juwan Howard leaves college?
He's not.
Coach the Pistons, baby.
Everybody wants to push the narrative.
Maybe future Pistons coach.
About after 20 or so years down the road, maybe.
No, the future Pistons coach, like I said before we started recording, is Chauncey Billups. They're just letting him get get his feet wet in Portland. And then when the Pistons are ready, when we have Cade, when we have Imani and Sadiq and Isaiah and Killian are all like a couple years into their career, we'll be set.
I was gonna say they would have already won a ring by then though, because he's signed for 5 years.
Well, no, he'll get bought out early, or he'll get traded to us. We'll trade for him or something like that. It's happened before. It happened. Belichick got traded for. I think Doc Rivers was traded for. I think wasn't he traded for by the Clippers? I swear they traded for him.
I don't know.
I could.
Yeah, I think Doc got traded or something.
I swore. Hold on, I gotta look at this because I swore Doc Rivers. I swear the Clippers traded for him like in the last I don't know. Hold on,
I
I'm
swear they got
looking.
a first round pick out of it too.
That's what I'm saying. But
Which is
Probably.
the biggest fleece ever.
It would make sense because the Celtics just wanted to do that.
yeah, right
They
here, right
piped up
here.
back then.
The Los Angeles Clippers acquired Rivers from the Celtics for an unprotected 2015 NBA first round pick.
Who
Wha-
who'd
Yeah, I
they
wonder
use
who
it
that
on?
pick was.
Well, let's look at this. Let me find this. Hold on. Uh, 2015
Very some random guy,
draft.
In China right now.
if he's lucky.
2015. Give me the draft selections. I gotta look where they picked. He went. So they had multiple first round picks. I think that's why they traded it.
Probably. Well, would it be?
R.J. Hunter.
Would it
Wait,
be?
yeah,
Would
R.J.
it be put on
It
under
was
the Clippers or Celtics though?
no. So
Celtics pick.
the Celtics got the pick from the Clippers, and they
Oh.
picked R.J. Hunter with the
Oh, yeah.
20th overall pick.
And he's nowhere to be found.
Yeah, he's in the. He's
So I mean,
So both teams took an L there. It didn't even matter.
yeah,
Just
He's
no one
in,
was
canceled each other
in
out.
my opinion. Clippers
he's
didn't do
a
shit.
he's in the Turkish Super League Champions League right
Makes
now.
sense.
Okay.
Go him.
Galatasaray.
Sure.
Something like that. But yeah, he's not in the league. He hasn't been in the league for I think 3 years now. The last time he was in the league was on the main Red Claws. So
Okay.
good for him. But I forgot what we were even talking about at this point now.
Coaches.
Coaches, yeah, something like that. But oh my goodness, I'm losing track of myself here.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about coaches though, Mort. If you want to throw that graphic up on the screen here,
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to figure out, or if you even have it, if you don't have it up there, it's fine. But I've been trying to figure out trivia for Mort to get his mind working during these to keep him awake. And I found this one on Instagram. Can't tell you the page because I don't remember.
You
But
wasted no
basically,
time cropping it out.
it was basically you build a team, you pick one coach of the year, one MVP, two defensive player of the years, and two rookie of the years. Obviously, I mean those MVPs they would be in their best season. The two defensive player of the years and either their defensive player of the years seasons, and then the two rookie of the years it would be in their rookie seasons. So I'll actually start with Nick. What would be your team?
Let me see this. I think I had my coach of the year. I think I'm gonna have to go with Popovich.
Okay.
Wait, do I have to explain everything or?
No, you don't have to explain
I don't know
why.
if you want to, but you don't
I mean,
have
if
to.
you want to, you can.
I mean, Popovich makes like these average Spurs teams into a playoff team.
Mm-hmm.
So I want coaching my team. Choose one MVP. I'm not picking the older one.
Okay. Okay.
You know what? Honestly, I'd pick LeBron James MVP year. I'll
Okay.
admit it. And then two defensive player of the years. I'm picking Kawhi and Kevin Garnett.
Okay.
Forget Giannis. And then rookie of the year, I'll take Tim Duncan, Luka Doncic.
So you
Okay.
have LeBron running your point guard then?
Or Luca.
Him or Luka.
Oh yeah, him or Luca, and then. So you're going a little bigger team though there. It's an interesting strategy.
I mean, Dame's rookie year wasn't that great.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, his rookie year wasn't
He's
stellar.
really the only other guard.
Yeah, I want to say the only three guards there are Jordan, Luca, and Dame. So it's kind of hard there to pick it, but not a bad team. You see LeBron, Kawhi, KG, Tim Duncan, and Luca.
I almost picked
More-
Durant, but
That's I'll say my team. I struggle with this, but who's your team, Mort?
I don't have to say a word because Nick picked the exact same that I.
Oh, he picked your exact.
I had
team.
Popovich. I had LeBron. I was debating if I wanted Kawhi or Giannis, but I remembered how bad Giannis actually is, so I picked Kawhi and KG, and then Luka and Tim Duncan.
Well, it's almost the exact same as your guys's, but I'm going Giannis over KG for the reason of he doesn't have to be the primary ball handler on that team. He's got 4 other guys that can be it, so he can just go out there and dominate in the paint. So that that's why I would have him over. I feel like, and he can if he needs to handle the ball, he can. If he needs to be the point guard.
I just
mean,
I
There's no
thought
wrong
about it
pick, really.
to add another shooter. That's why I went Kawhi. 'Cause
Mm.
that's how all good LeBron teams are built, is shooters around him. So having Luka there and Kawhi, KG can stretch it a little bit, and then Tim Duncan on the inside.
Yeah, that's the only thing that's difficult about this list is that there's not many shooters. There's there's KD, LeBron
KD's probably the best
sometimes.
shooter on there. Well,
I mean, if we're going MVP year LeBron, he was lights out.
Heat LeBron.
So
I want
yeah,
Heat LeBron.
Heat LeBron could hit threes. So it's maybe a little different there.
That was
so
before he was Mickey.
yeah, now he's little Mickey and can't even make a playoff run. So actually, you know,
he's
pivoting
1
there.
year off of a championship run.
Pivoting here. Me and Nick have been deciding to go back in old videos lately,
Oh
and
my gosh.
since we'll let you have your little 2 cents here in a second, Mort. Mort's a big Suns fan. You know, he's the biggest one out there according to all of his statements. You know, he makes these post game little videos for TikTok, and but if you remember, I don't remember the exact date. I want to say it was in December, mid-December, right before the season. Me, Nick, Mort, and Brendan hopped on here, and we made our award predictions. And by no surprise, Mort picked every single award going to the Lakers, even though he's this big Suns fan. So I really want to know your defense for that, Mort.
Well, like I tried saying to you guys, at the time we had said that the Suns were going to be good. We didn't say.
Yes, we did.
We realistically, no matter what you guys say, I know nobody there thought they were going to be tied for the best record in the league.
We said they're a top 15.
Yeah.
What I was like talking about was how you didn't trust Monty over.
Yeah, you didn't even trust
Frank
Monty.
Vogel.
Well, it was Monty in his second year. It's like,
Okay, but that's when coaches of that's
Because we
who
knew the
gets
Suns
coach
would
of the year.
improve and become a playoff team.
Yeah, more if you okay, and I'm not trying to bash on you for it.
I
but
just
if you
didn't know about the role players. That's why I was a little skeptical. I was like, yeah, Chris Paul and Devin Booker and Bridges and Ayton can get it done, but like, what about the rest of the guys?
The Lakers role players. You trust in
Well, at the
Kyle
time they weren't horrible, but they're at least they had played together and won a championship.
Okay, but
Well, bubble.
but so I still don't understand the Frank Vogel Coach of the Year
I
award.
honestly, I'm
Overrated coach, in my opinion.
I honestly think that he was probably just the first coach that came to my mind, and after I had said the Lakers were gonna probably repeat that, I had just said him. That's where he came from.
If like the Lakers beat the Warriors like record.
Yeah, that's the only way he would have won it because, as you saw, I mean, Coach of the Year it was Monty, Tom Thibodeau, and I don't even know who the third guy was.
I mean, only if the Lakers would have finished like top 4 without LeBron and AD, that would have been impressive.
Yeah, but
we knew that wasn't happening.
They struggled to even get to the playoffs. So yeah, I see you're going crazy over there. So my phone keeps lighting up.
Oh yeah. Don't mind us.
But where was I going? Oh yeah, Suns game. Suns, Clippers, going to games back in LA. You already gave your breakdown on TikTok more, and I want to hear yours, Nick, because you're a big Suns fan too. So I'll let you go first, Nick. How do you feel about the series so far? We're now 5 games in.
I'm not worried for the Suns still. I mean, Clippers gave it all their all last night. We knew they'd be desperate. Suns didn't play as desperate, so Clippers were the better team.
I mean, we clowned their lineup they rolled out there. We said this is their back. We said this, and I quote, "This is really their backs against the wall lineup," and then their backs against the wall lineup came in and lit up the lit up the Suns.
It
I mean,
happens.
no one expected Marcus Morris to be Kobe
Yeah,
out there.
man didn't miss a shot for the
Like, we
first
can't just,
half.
say we all knew that was happening.
He didn't miss a shot in the
Nick,
first half. Like,
you also made a statement that you said Ayton is going to eat up Marcus Morris tonight.
he
and
should
Ayton-
have.
Wait till tomorrow.
They weren't, but really, they weren't running any plays for Ayton against Morris for whatever reason. Like usually,
Well, I mean,
Ayton's getting lobs and stuff, and they weren't feeding him. They were feeding Jay Crowder, and Book was making some shots. But yeah, I just want to say that I've loved Jay Crowder carrying a little bit to get to this point, but I'm tired of watching him at this point. He's an enforcer, but he doesn't enforce anything anymore. He'll get you a few rebounds, get a technical, push somebody, and that's it. I want to see Torrey Craig get his minutes. Right here, right now, I'm saying it again. I've already tweeted it. Give me Torrey Craig minutes, yes. And also, Dario Saric better never see the basketball floor ever again. I'm way more comfortable with seeing Cam Johnson play this backup center than I am Dario Saric. Because Ayton should be in there every moment that Cousins is in there, and Cam Johnson should be on Marcus Morris. Just matches up better.
So that's what I wanted to mention. So Torrey Craig was this, all godly pickup that was going to, be a factor in the playoffs.
Monty just forgot he's on the team.
He
hasn't played at all.
His old team.
Yeah, he's played limited minutes this series after doing good the entire time, and just Monty forgot he was on the team. He'd rather play Etuan more.
Yeah, and so there's a couple players I want to highlight here, and then obviously that you guys have Bulldog that you guys have loved, and he hasn't played at all either.
Yeah.
He could. I'm telling you, he could lock down Reggie Jackson. Just Monty won't let him play.
Okay, and I mean, let's go right over there to Reggie Jackson. He's been putting
I'm tired
up
of seeing
godly
his
numbers.
face.
I haven't seen this Reggie since he was traded to the Pistons.
Yeah,
that's how long.
I don't think anybody's ever
Reggie.
seen this Reggie in
Reggie
either.
Jackson right now.
I don't think anybody's ever seen this one.
This is like prime. Reggie's playing in his prime right now at 29 years old. But he's going off. He's been having one of the hottest playoff runs.
He's gonna get a bag just because this playoff series or this playoff.
Oh
run,
yeah, he will.
And he's just gonna be horrible on whatever team he goes to.
I mean, Nick knows that all too well. And Bismack Biyombo had a great year, and then he got the bag from Charlotte, or had a great playoff run, and then he got the bag from Charlotte.
That benefited the Raptors in the long run, though.
Well, yeah, I know. I'm just saying, like Nick knows,
because they didn't have to pay him, and they had Valanciunas instead.
And then last person, DeMarcus Cousins, the weirdest use of a person. He'll be in there. He'll play for 10 minutes and score like 15 points.
Because he's on Dario Saric.
Yeah. I'm looking at this. He had 12 shot attempts in 11 minutes, so he just goes all out in those minutes.
Yeah, they throw him out. Or Ty Will just.
What?
Did I say Ty
Lue?
Ty Lue. I said I don't know what I'm saying, but Ty Lue just throws him out there for like 5 minutes and tells him jacks up however many shots you can, and then pulls him from the game. So.
And it works because Dario Saric is on an island.
Yeah. Saric makes him look like King's Boogie.
Yeah, he definitely does.
Which I don't understand why they aren't playing him more, especially now since he's their only active center on the team.
Because they've praised this small ball so much and it worked again, so they're just gonna keep with it.
Yeah. And then lastly, Paul George, he's back to Pacers. Paul George, I think. You can argue, do they even bring back Kawhi at this point? Is he just gonna?
He's not coming back anyways.
Yeah.
I just saw. I actually heard today that he didn't even go to Phoenix.
Yeah, you saw it on This League.
Yeah, you're right.
I saw it too. Yeah, he didn't even go to Phoenix because he's a bum. But any other superstar does that, and then the world would go crazy. Skip Bayless would be tweeting like crazy. Instead, he's sleeping just because it's his boy Kawhi.
If he just had confidence there, come back home.
I mean, yeah, you can argue that he just had confidence in his team.
He had confidence not to sit on the bench with them either.
Watch him come out like Game 7, just like and he's just like not even injured.
No, watch
that'd be some stuff he would do though. I wouldn't even be surprised.
Yeah, no, watch him not show up on the playoff or not show up on the injury report for Game 6, but not suit up, and then not show up on the injury report for Game 7, sit on the end of the bench. And then he just checks in like second quarter. I could just see him doing something cheesy like that, just checking in like second quarter of Game 7 if they go there. Which I know you guys will hate this, but I see them going to Game 7.
I don't need to see that.
I don't know. I think the Suns close it out tomorrow.
I think they could
I mean,
too.
I definitely want to see the Suns close it out. I want to see them go to the finals, but for some reason, I just feel like the Clipper they're gonna take them to Game 7 at least and make it.
The small ball, I guess, I think caught the Suns by surprise last night.
Because Ayton can't
They're
guard
gonna
it.
be they're gonna be ready.
Well, he can a
starting
little
at
bit,
four.
but yeah, that's why I was saying Cam Johnson, because he can move a little bit faster.
Marcus
He can
Morris is
switch.
not doing that again.
Yeah, there's no way.
Well, I mean,
And Reggie
unless-
Jackson's not putting up 12 points in the first quarter again either. Or
unless
however many
they
he
come out
had.
more, you can't. Reggie's been lighting the Suns up.
I
This
know,
entire
but he needs to
series.
not.
But you know, they might. You know, the Clippers might respond to that by saying, "Okay, we came out small ball one game. We're coming out with DeMarcus Cousins this next game."
I wish they would.
That'd be worse for them, in my opinion.
Yeah, I wish they would play DeMarcus Cousins.
Cousins doesn't play defense.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Aiden would feast honestly more on Cousins.
I want to see Ayton against Cousins more than
so more.
anything.
How do you feel about Cousins?
What do you mean?
How do you feel about him? Just give me your honest opinion about him right now, because I just want to hear it.
I think
Like,
he
do
can
you
have
think-
flashes.
do
I
you
think
think he could? Do you think he could be a factor in Game 6?
if he plays like he did the last game, yeah, I think he can have flashes like he did there, and that's why he
Alright.
plays in those minimum minutes. But if he's playing 20 plus minutes, I think he can be a little bit of a liability. Because when was the last time you played over 20 minutes in a basketball game? Probably 4 years ago, if that.
I'm just saying that's very ironic, considering you wanted him on the Lakers so badly, and you
Well,
wanted
he
him to
was
be their
there for a
backup center.
second. Yeah.
But no,
wanted
you
every
wanted
center on the
him to come
Lakers.
back this offseason and be their backup center.
If he could
badly.
help, and then look, he goes and gets hurt again. So, and then that's why the Rockets got rid of him.
But I mean, nonetheless, he has shown that when he plays like between 5 and
He
10
can play
minutes,
little bursts, yeah. He just
he
bursts against
contributes to the game.
Sarge.
Yeah.
A
Which
Sarge
is-
burst doesn't count. It's
But,
a
like,
Mickey
okay,
Mouse
who-
burst.
Who else are they going to play against DeMarcus?
Ayton.
But then who are they going to play against, like Marcus Morris? Because
Cam Johnson. Obviously that's not the starting. Yeah, obviously that's not the starting lineup. But like, if Ayton comes out and gets a little bit of rest, the second that DeMarcus Cousins checks in, put him in. Second DeMarcus Cousins comes out, put Cam Johnson back in.
But I don't think like Cam Johnson can guard Morris in the paint.
I think he could. He
didn't
gives up
see-
a little strength, but he's got the height and
Yeah.
everything.
Crowder might be able to defend him.
Yeah, I was gonna say or Crowder, but Cam Johnson's got
Crowder might be a
the
better-
speed and height. He didn't get
Alright,
he didn't get
okay.
torn up very often that he was guarding them.
Understandable. And last person, your favorite person in the series, more Pat Bev. How do you feel about him?
Woof 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 woof.
He's just
He's-
sweaty.
He's an enforcer. I mean, I personally, I find it kind of funny what he's doing.
He's an ankle biter. what
I
he
mean, it's
is.
working.
He's an annoying
It's
little
what he-
pest, but it would be fun if Crowder could do the same thing, but Jay Crowder can't do the same thing anymore. For some reason, he doesn't want to bark back at him.
Yeah, I thought Crowder was kind of, when Crowder was signed there, when Crowder's on any team, that's what he is. That's what he was on the Heat.
Yeah, he's the
That's what
enforcer.
he-
I've been calling him that
Yeah,
the entire year.
Only
Yeah.
against LeBron.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what it seems like. And because
and like smaller opponents, but
something
Pat
must
Bev's
have
not
happened
small
in-
enough.
something must have happened in Cleveland when they played with each other. That
Yeah, they didn't like each other. That's why he got traded.
Yes. So, he just must not care when he's not playing LeBron.
It's got to be. He doesn't care to make a shot. He doesn't care to play defense. He'll collect a few rebounds. He'll yell at somebody like 40 feet away, but then he'll push someone and get technical and go sit on the bench again.
So, do you think Cam Johnson deserves that starting spot over him?
No, if he's coming out of the starting lineup, Torrey Craig's getting the starting spot.
Okay, but how are you gonna give Torrey Craig a starting spot when he barely plays in the game?
That's what
In
I'm
the
saying.
game.
He needs more minutes. Crowder needs less minutes. Torrey Craig needs more, and with Cam Johnson showing up, he's finally hitting shots. So keep him where he is with the minutes, because really it looks like he's kind of playing like a 6-man now over a campaign. Because
Okay.
his minutes have been up because he's making shots again.
Understandable. So prediction for Game 6. I mean,
I hope
already
the
know.
Suns close it out.
Suns in 6.
Okay.
I can't do this Game 7 stuff.
And
I
again,
can't have a
want,
possibility of the Clippers making it. It's anybody but
yeah,
anybody but the Clippers. It used to be anybody but the Nets. Now it's anybody but the Clippers.
which I don't even know why.
The Suns are gonna win by 13 points.
13. Okay, we're having. Can we just get a score then?
I don't know, like 109-96.
109-96. Okay.
Book it.
Fine. So I'm going. I want the Suns to make the finals, but I have a feeling that the. Oh, okay. I thought that was something else. Larry Brown just became assistant coach for Penny Hardaway at Memphis. That's a weird combination there. I thought there's
Grizzlies. I don't know why.
I thought they were saying Larry Brown was becoming the coach of the Magic, but all right. But I want the Suns to make the finals, but I have a feeling Clippers are going to win Game 6. Just have Game 7, have the everything on each team. So I just have a feeling that.
I think Book finally figures out that he needs to step up a little bit more. Yeah, he stepped up last game, but it wasn't enough. Chris Paul knows what he needs to do. So I was going to say also a low-scoring game, but I think they reached the hundreds. I was going to say 109-104.
I would say last game was the weirdest game I think I've ever seen. That was the lowest scoring game.
That 86-80 or whatever it was.
Yeah. Or not last
awkward.
game. Yeah, it was
2 games ago.
It was the game that they went 86-80. Yeah, that was just so
when
weird.
Nobody
game.
could make a shot, and Ayton got 22 rebounds.
Yeah. All right. So, lastly here, real quick, we can get some conspiracies out there. MLB had their first player suspended. What was his name? I don't have it.
Hector Santiago.
Yeah.
Hector Santiago. He got thrown out of a game a couple days ago. It was funny. They put his glove in
a bag, and then they didn't even inspect it.
It was in a pillowcase. They put it in an old pillowcase.
Either way, they didn't inspect it after anyway.
Yeah, they didn't expect, but he was suspended for the 10 games. And Jeff Passan said he could appeal, but nothing will happen because they basically said if they find anything on your glove, so say you put rosin on your arm and the sweat mixes with your rosin and it drips down to your glove and it creates a tacky substance on your glove, you get thrown out of the game no matter what, and you get the 10-game suspension because nothing tacky, nothing sticky, nothing can be on your glove basically or your hat, which is
let's be real here though. I know you're against it, but really if you think about it, that's like gotta have a lot of things go wrong for that to happen. First, got to drip all the way down because the rosin is there to prevent that. So it's got to go through the rosin, down your hand, onto your glove, get stuck on your glove. The only part of your hand touching your glove is your hand touching the inside of the glove. So if it's on the outside, then obviously that's not from your arm. And second, if it wasn't that,
that's where a lot of the guys put their stuff is on the inside though, so nobody can see it.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. That's why I think that's why more of a high alert because if they see it on the inside where that could happen, they're going to be that you're cheating or
and also mixing that stuff together on top of it, and then if it's a hot day or whatever, or it's an older glove or something it's wearing, the inside of a glove can get sticky as it is a little bit.
Exactly.
But it has to be old. But mixing it with that, it would stop being sticky if you have the rosin also. So I'm not saying he did. I'm not saying he didn't do it. I'm just saying there's different things that had to have happened perfectly for that to be created. Because I honestly I've been kind of a casual. I haven't looked even into where they said it was on his glove. I don't know if they said it was inside.
I have not seen.
If they said it was on the actual inside of where you catch the ball or not, but
I haven't seen it either. But it just goes back and you see how sweaty some of these guys are getting though. Like Scherzer when I don't know what it was, had to wipe his hair.
Well, Max Scherzer downs 8 Red Bulls before it goes out, and so.
And then
it was hot that game.
You just see some of these guys especially with was it Heaney that puked the other day?
No, Bundy.
Bundy when, but like it's hot out there, so a lot of these guys are getting hot, and like I don't know. It's an interesting situation, and I think more pitchers are going to get suspended because they're going to unfortunately have that happen to them. You know,
I just
you
think
said it's very unlikely, but it's going to happen to some guys. I know.
I think not
This
having the
is
stuff.
a more relevant pitcher. Would they actually kick him out of the game?
That's why
Yeah.
it depends.
Like
They
some
they kind of
pitchers,
want to
I feel
make
be like easier on.
they kind of want
I
to
think
make an
they would.
example, and so why not just pick Hector Santiago? Like,
But at the same time, Nick, I think they would to. Well, okay, no, it
if
goes
they were
both
betting
ways.
on games, sure.
If Garrett Cole or Trevor Bauer got caught,
Yeah,
would they suspend them right away for some little thing?
no, they would
Well,
definitely
Trevor
look.
Bauer would instantly go and cry on Twitter about it.
I saw something funny yesterday.
Probably
They
shouldn't
said
talk about Bauer after the allegation.
I was gonna say after that.
actually, I want to say one more thing about Bauer because it was funny. Yesterday was his first game since the checks started, and
Yeah,
somebody
it
said
was
he's gonna
terrible.
somebody said he's gonna wear that he was gonna wear a camera on his chest to record for his checking for his
Oh my
vlogs.
gosh.
But yeah, it's an interesting situation. I think a couple more guys will get suspended. It'll be kind of the like bullpen guys maybe.
I think it's cool for the league though not having it, because then maybe it was never the balls. That's a whole different topic. Maybe it was never the balls.
But like
Maybe it was the guys were using that and they were too good and you couldn't hit
I mean,
them. So then they made
the difference.
then they made those
But-
balls lighter or whatever they did, and then that helped the pitchers even more. But still helped the pitch or the hitters at the same time. Now that they're using those old balls again and they're taking away the sticky stuff, we're seeing Kyle Schwarber hit 25 home runs in 2 months. So
that's what I'm saying. You like hitters complain. They complain so much that they couldn't hit the ball. When realistically, I think home run numbers are up again. So
yeah,
it's
because
like,
they can't have the substances that were helping them get the spin rates and movement and everything. You're
No, but
back down to normal.
even before everything, home run numbers were still up. People were hitting home runs at an absurd rate, and it's like half the hitters that were complaining about not being able to hit the ball. It's just I think they were just genuinely having a bad year, and they needed something to fall back on why they were having a bad year. That's
but
my.
then then at the same time we have all these guys that are having career seasons right now, and Schwarber, Ohtani, Winker,
but, like,
Castellanos, like they weren't that good before.
Castellanos was last year.
In a Mickey Mouse season, sure.
He started the season good too, though.
Yeah, he started the
before it
season
happened.
good. Ohtani started the season, or it took him a couple weeks to get into it, but it was still when the sticky stuff was happening. Vlad was good at the start of the season. Acuna.
Well,
good
yeah,
at
you're
the
gonna
start of
have
the
guys
season.
that are good. I'm just saying, like, this race that they're having now is just different. It's keeping everybody in it. Tatis came back after being hurt. He got back into it. Like I said, Schwarber's going crazy. Otani's going
Exactly,
crazy, and
but,
Vlad.
like all that was
Schwarber's
happening.
on something.
Yeah, there's something with Schwarber. There's no way that man just comes. He had
He
an
moved to the leadoff
average-
spot and he became good.
He's never had a year where he was above average. Every single year of his
He
career
had
up
a
until this
few-
point,
he had
he's been average.
Early on to the Cubs, he wasn't that bad.
No, I was looking at him. The most
Oh,
home
of
runs he's ever
course.
gotten was
You-
like 30.
You know his fantasy ranking of those years or something?
No, I looked at I was looking at FanGraph. I was getting sweaty on him.
Goodness gracious.
I was getting sweaty on because there's something with Kyle there. There was something. I'm
He
doing my
slimmed
research on him.
down and figured it out.
He didn't slim down. He's still chubby.
Huh?
Never mind. I'm not getting into that.
Have you seen
not
him?
I'm not getting into that. But yeah, okay. This is a topic for another time. Maybe in another couple weeks when we can see like up until the All-Star break, we can talk about this again.
All I'm
But-
saying is Anthony Rizzo, when he got moved to the leadoff spot, it fixed him. Kyle Schwarber moves to the leadoff spot, and he's just going off.
I mean, but you see Anthony Rizzo's back
Yeah,
too.
but the
Well,
rate
I don't think
Schwarber's
Rizzo
hitting
leads
home
off
runs,
anymore. I
though.
was meaning like a few years ago.
That's what I'm saying. He's back to nothing now. Like
Schwarber's hitting a home run a game right now.
Yeah,
exactly.
love
It's
it.
getting bad. It's getting bad.
He's just
Nick,
seeing a
and I
beach
need you-
ball.
as a fantasy commissioner, Nick, I would love for you to look into that if you could, please.
We will.
It's
Thank
already
you.
been discussed with the players' union.
But I mean, I think that's all we got. And Mort, you got anything to say? I got one thing to say. If you don't,
No, I know you always have something to say.
and Nick, do you have anything to say before we end it off here?
No, I mean I don't have anything else.
Okay. Well, first off, I'd love to have you back on again, Nick.
Mm-hmm.
It was fun. It was fun.
Yeah,
I like having three
We could
people.
have
I
a
mean, I love.
rotating door of Nick and Quentin
Yeah, that's
to
what we
ease
need.
some of the
Just have a new
pressure.
guest every week.
That'd be
Yeah.
great.
We just I mean, I love having it be just me and you, Mort, but I like having another person here too.
Yeah.
For some reason, it just feels nice that we have another person to talk
Yeah,
to.
because we're not
But
isoing each other.
yeah. Lastly, probably late. I don't know if it's being released tonight when this video goes up, or it will be released Thursday morning. But me and Mort are going to be on the HWBL podcast on their channel and on
Stolen content for us.
Spotify, Apple Music, or Apple Podcasts, all the things that we used to be on. Um, but we'll be on that. I don't know who we're gonna be on with. I know Grant for sure, but I don't know who else is gonna be on with him, or if it's just him or not. But yeah, that'll be out either tonight when this video goes up, or Thursday morning. It depends. We're recording kind of late, I know. So, but they might just throw it up there at midnight after we're done.
You know,
So.
it very well could. Might just have to make it like a 3-hour banger.
But yeah, that's all for us. And if you guys could like and subscribe, that helps out a lot. And we'll see you guys next time.